But I just think when you accept that, when you say, yeah, not many people want to see me win, but I'm going to win anyway. And here's the other thing too. There are a lot of people that don't want to see you win, but there are a lot of people who do. There are a lot of people out here that don't want to see me succeed. Sure, absolutely. But I got a lot of people who do. Right? So why would I spend more time thinking about the people who hate me than I spend thinking about the people who love me? Why do I spend more time focused on my liabilities than I spend focused on my assets? Do you understand that deficit model thinking kills black businesses before they're born? It really does. Because in so many scenarios, we are trained to focus on what we don't have instead of starting the conversation by looking at what we do have. Count your blessings before you count your curses. That negative thinking will murder every dream you've ever had. It will kill everything that you ever wanted. It'll make null and void anything that you ever thought might be possible for you. People can't build companies like Amazon or whatever without having a relentless commitment to positive thinking, even in the darkest of times. So don't let the world turn you into a negative victim because your mind is very powerful and that is what you will ultimately become. And I hate saying it like that. I don't want to sound uppity. I'm not trying to be mean or sound insensitive. I hope that that doesn't come off that way. But I'm older and I've had to think this thing through. And what I have found is that whenever I'm just determined to make something happen, that gives me the best chance to win. Right. So that resilience is critical. So make sure when you're talking to your kids about the entrepreneurship piece and everything else, make sure they understand what resilience looks like. Resilience really means that when I pick like this goal, like my goal is to have the successful company, I'm really marrying the goal. I'm really making a vow and a commitment through sickness and health, for richer, for poor, to death do us part, till my casket drums. Right? That's literally that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, I don't know what the future is going to hold for me. Success is never a straight line. It looks just like this. And when you sort of make that commitment, then you kind of go back to your core values in whatever situation that you're confronted with. When things go well, you go back to your core. When things go horribly, you go back to your core and you remember the mission. That's really important. I see that missing sometimes. I get tired. I swear, if I had a nickel every time I heard somebody say, "Well, you know, every time we build a Black Wall Street, they burn it down," I'd be a billionaire. I don't want to hear about that. I want to hear. I don't want to surrender to racism. I don't want to honor racism by saying that there's nothing I can do because they're going to stop me every time I try to do it. What? How do I benefit from even thinking that way for a second? If you look throughout the world at any community that has been successful, they always had those resilient people who are determined to rebuild. If you remember after 9/11, just think about 9/11 when they tore down the Twin Towers. What was the message that they were sharing? The message was, "Oh, we're going to rebuild, and we're going to come kick your ass." Right? In Vietnam, the Viet Cong, I told this story about the people in the North. They didn't understand. They said every time we blow up a bridge, the bridge would just reappear. And they said we had saying in Vietnam, if they blow it up, we will rebuild. If they blow it up again, we will rebuild again. And that's just commitment. That's what commitment looks like. And so it's really hard to build a company if you don't have that kind of commitment because I promise you, things will go wrong. You're going to have constant threats of things that could go wrong. That's going to sit with you. So the ability to process that and stay cool throughout the process and stay focused, that is an art form that is no less important than going to business school.